Right, my name is Fang. I came from China originally. Um, Traditional Chinese medical doctor, has been working here for over 30 years. I'm so glad I got a chance to involve with the Bridge of China, the project. So at the moment, I'm just prepared. My item is line, stone line, or brass line. I like to talk about this culture and traditions of Chinese. I always like lines. I took a lot of photos with different lines before. About 15 years ago, I was very sick. So my friend recommended me to go to Hangzhou, the Linyansi temple, to ask help, which I did. And in the temple, the Buddha in the temple gave me a pair of the brass line, which they have um, said some prayer on that. So I bring it home, sit in the living room for, that was 15 years ago. And 2009, I went back to China and visited Shanghai and Hangzhou. In Shanghai and Yuyuan, which was private garden for 450 years. In that Yuyuan garden, I saw one antique shop and one pair white stone line in the shop that caught my eye. I have no hesitating, just bought the pair of stone line and shipping to Dublin port and eventually back to Northern Ireland. So I placed the pair stone line on the front door of my clinic to protect my business. Suppose I'm retired now, so I bring the pair line back to my home, supposed to protect my home and future. So I have two pairs. One is stone line, another one is bronze line, which is smaller. The line is one of the very traditional culture, because all we believe about the line is protector. But since I've been in this project, I had time and chance to do with this research and study, so I knew a little bit more than before. The line wasn't originally from China. It's 2,000 years ago, and the Han Dynasty introduced from Iran via Silk Road. At the same time, and Buddhism and the image of line introduced from Indian and Central Asia to China. At that time, Buddhism believed the line is a protector of the deities. They believe it very much. So gradually, this sort of a protector mind has root in China, in the people's mind. But 1,800 years ago, the first carved iron appeared in China. But at that time, not many people saw the line, so the features is carved as a lion body, but a tiger face. But a very rough carved, there's not much details on their line. Most of that time, the stone line is served for the spirit path for tone. That was Han Dynasty 2,000 years ago. Until the Tang Dynasty, that was 1,400 years ago up to 1,000 years ago. That's the peak of the China. So it's a very strong power empire that period. So this protector, the style has rooted firmly in people. But this time, the line carved the much strong muscle, standing style, moving style, not much decoration on their chest. The mane is curved, is very rough, show the power, strength of Tang Dynasty. So that period, the line service for majesty, show the power. And starting appeared on some buildings from their buildings show the protector. But Qin and Ming Dynasty, probably 1,000 years ago, this gradually have moved away from religion, from the power of majesty. It gradually come to the normal people's life. And the more shows protector, the believe the line can appear evil spirit and protect their house or business. So the carve more decoration on a line. You can see the main as curved, the counting the numbers and more curved on the hair, more high, you know, the what you call officials. And the female will be have a and the Susan the cap under her feet, and the female will have a ball under her and his feet. I mean, show their unity and the power to control all around the world, whatever they're thinking, the Mei power. So that if you see those Ming and the Qing dynasty line is more officialized style, very similar. Everyone you look at the sitting position and the base on the square base. But the Tang Dynasty is more freestyle power. The biggest limestone in China is in Tang Dynasty. It's over 3 meters tall and the width is over 2 meters and still standing in the Shanxi provinces. And now if you see the line and stone or bronze line is more similar, all the sitting position. And the gentle, not aggressive. So you see the something, either bell or something hanging on the chest. So if you see those things, you can see this line culture as gradually from the spirit of the tone and to the power for the majesty, and then walk into the ordinary people's life. Like me, even have two pairs, one's the stone one and one's the bronze one. So we still very highly believe this sort of could protect our either health or business or family. I brought up, you probably know the Chinese Cultural Revolution started in the 1960s. So I was sent to the ruler Inner Mongolia and to get re-education. So that rural area really very poor medical service there. So next year I was picked up to be the barefoot doctor, which you do everything you could do the medical to service people locally, which we were trained to do injection, vaccine, deliver the baby, and whatever you can do really. We were trained and do it, trained, do it. So I was there nearly 6 years and gathered a lot of experiences, but not qualified doctor. And then after Cultural Revolution finished, we were able to back to Beijing where I was originally brought up. So I was able to went to the University of Chinese Medicine and carry on the study, eventually qualified to be medical doctor. And as was traditional Chinese medicine was quite different from Western medicine. The theory, the philosophy, the way we look at the body is totally from the Western medicine. Afterwards, I spent 4 years studying Western medicine as well. Just want to understand the human body and hopefully can use tools and knowledge to work and the person really need it. So I have been doing that since I graduated from the university. You cannot say Chinese medicine can do everything because that's very traditional. We call that black box philosophy. We understood the qi and the blood the circulation, the way we imagine or way we thinking, but very hard to show the people where the meridians, where the qi flowing. And often with argument with my uncle, but he is Chinese, but he's a Western medical doctor. He always often argue with me, show me where the meridians you believe the qi is flowing in the channels. I cannot show him, but I go to his lectures. He's a specialist for the cardiologist. I learned a lot from him. So one day he was really sit there, very sad mood, very low. I said, what's wrong with you? And he said, well, people stay in my world. I have nothing to offer. They're all heart failure, but either this medicine could cause kidney failure, another one could cause liver failure. I said, why not try Chinese medicine? Traditional Chinese medicine might have something to help. So he stopped arguing with me. He tried, and he told me, "Oh, surprise me! Some sort of good result." So it just shows two way to look at, but they're all working on the human being. And probably the best way to do it is use both knowledge to work together. It's a very interesting project. And the first time I saw the Art Museum has a pair of line, and I was really, my eye was opened up and thought, wow, I didn't realize it's a Chinese, a very, you know, uh, traditional culture. It's in the Art Museum. Even I have a two set of a paired line myself. So I think this Bridge of China project is really opened the window to show the local people understand the Chinese culture and the traditions, and give the opportunity for even for us to study our culture even deeper and share with the local people. I hope they can, you did a good job and then doing all of the details. I hope more and more local people would understand the Chinese culture better, because here we're far away from Far East, and all the media or propaganda or something could be only one side of culture rather than the full culture. So if you have opened the window to the local people, they would love to know Chinese culture traditions and to know even more about traditional Chinese medicine, how it can help them. I'm so delighted now that acupuncture is widely accepted in local um, hospital, even the private and the surgery and even things there. But 30 odd years ago, I set up the first Chinese medical center. At that time, nobody would believe Chinese medicine or acupuncture. I was interviewed by BBC television, BBC radio, asked me loads and loads of awkward questions. And they just think, what is Chinese medicine? What your doctor Hao doing here? But after all the years, you can say that people get the benefit from this traditional Chinese medicine. I never rule out Western medicine. I always say to them, you follow your own GP's advice. But sometimes you do find you have diagnosed, but not much offer you. And you do find here's another door open to you and might help you a lot of chronic conditions, even some very odd conditions. It surprised some people was really happy with my treatment, and this word by mouth and spreading after the 30 years. I have a GP came to me, I have a consultant came to me, I have a loads and where high profile people come to me, so shows they starting accept, starting believe this traditional Chinese medicine.